along today. So many incredible speakers today, so much fun. I've got another incredible speaker lined up for you guys. We have Chuck Anderson waiting eagerly to come on and share with you guys. Chuck is one of my strategic partners too. Kimberly and I and Chuck host some classes in the last couple of weeks. Chuck did a drop at Speakers Playhouse. If you're like, what the heck, Speakers Playhouse? Where have you been, you guys? Make sure you get to Speakers Playhouse every Thursday from 10:30 to 12. And it is an incredible place to meet podcasters and podcast hosts. Let me tell you guys a little bit more about Chuck. So Chuck's the founder of Creative Collaboration Podcast. He's a host. He's here as a featured podcaster today. He's also the founder of Blissful Parenting, where I originally met Chuck, and I host the Blissful Parenting podcast. Him and I have collaborated on so many different projects over the last few years that this is really why Chuck is a master at collaboration. And so we come up with this system where we can actually create such great strategic partnerships through podcasting, and Chuck is brilliant at this. I'm going to let him take the stage here, guys. Let's give it up for Chuck in the chat, you guys. All right, Chuck, thanks for joining us today.
All right, jazz hands, everybody. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. And I'm so thrilled to be here. And, everything I'm going to share with you today is part of that system that Michelle and I have created through our podcast and the business that we collaborate on. And we teach a workshop on this, which is 4 hours of content. And I'm going to squeeze this down into 20 minutes and to give you the best parts of that, and really leave you with some to-dos and some actions that you can take forward and put into action right away. This isn't something that you can do one day when you're possibly ready, but you can do it now. And I believe in things that are actionable immediately. So let me start with a question, okay? And really think about this question. If you could choose only one thing in your business that is that missing piece, that if you could fill that missing piece right now, what would that be? What is that missing piece? For some people, it's clients. For some people, it's products. For some people, it might be something else. And if you could find someone to partner with or collaborate with, that would make that thing so much easier to do, where it's not this one day thing that you need to struggle with or need to figure out, but you could partner with the right piece, the right person right now. So you could have this thing that you've been missing in your business right now. What would that thing be? And that's exactly what I'm going to talk to you about here today through this presentation. So we've got some really amazing things here: building a community, money, right? Butts in seats, email list. There are so many things that you could possibly need for your business, and it might be different for everyone. And what I'm going to share with you, and what I'm hoping that you'll take away from this presentation, is that missing piece, whatever it might be, it's out there, it's ready for you right now. And through podcasting, you can actually get access to an unlimited amount of solutions, partnerships, collaborations immediately. So this is Podcasting for Partners: How Guests and Hosts Can Turn Profitable Collaborations and Partnerships from every episode. And so we're going to dive into this. And like I said, this is part of a larger collaboration. Michelle started this. Oh, we got the recording thing here. So Michelle and I created this workshop called Podcasting for Partners. And this is a great collaboration story, because we're going to dial the clock back all the way to December 18th, 2021, when Podapalooza 1 was happening. It was this idea that my good friend Michelle was hosting with Kimberly. I didn't know Kimberly at the time. And I rolled out of bed at 8 a.m., kind of turned on the Zoom and thought I'd just check it out for a little while. I ended up spending 10 full hours watching every single minute of that show, and registered the domain name podcastingforpartners.com. I emailed Michelle and said, hey, Michelle, I've got this great idea for a workshop. I had actually written the outline for the workshop right there during Podapalooza, emailed it to her, and she goes, wow, what a great idea. We have to do this. We've now run that workshop a couple of times and created all sorts of other collaborations as a result. So, it doesn't have to be hard. And it doesn't have to take a long time, because look, how long ago was December 18th? It was not that long ago. And here we are. We've done several workshops, and here we are at Podapalooza 2. And I'm hoping many, many, many more. And so now collaborating did not come naturally to me. I describe myself as a reformed do-it-yourselfer. I grew up on a farm in southern Alberta, Canada, where my dad and my grandfather and my uncle were all farmers, and we were do-it-yourselfers. We did everything ourselves. We worked really, really hard. So guess what happened when I got into business, when I started my first business? Same thing. I did everything myself. And then an amazing thing happened. And can I get screen sharing, Michelle? I just want to bring this up. On the screen. I don't think I'm a co-host.
Yeah, let's just get him as a co-host. There we go.
All right, fantastic. And everything changed for me when I met this man and one of his collaborators by the name of Darren Weeks, who started doing Rich Dad, Poor Dad seminars here in Canada. And Robert had just finished doing a facilitation program where he was teaching people how to do workshops based upon his book, best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I attended the very first workshop here in Vancouver, and it had exactly 18 people in the audience. And it was not huge by any means, but it was a great event, and I learned a lot. But what came at the end was the most amazing thing. And that is, I stayed to the end. It was great content. And I got into a conversation with Darren, who was leading the workshop. And we got into a great conversation. We found out that, he had another event coming up, and he had some projects coming up that he needed some help with. And we got to know each other a little bit after the workshop. We just hung out and we chatted for a little bit, and a collaboration was born. I wasn't even looking for it. It kind of just found me. I was there. And this led to 3 years of touring around Canada, speaking at all of the Rich Dad seminars here in Canada, and had the great fortune of meeting Robert through that as well. And it launched my business. And it was the first time where I really saw how easy it could be. The events were always filled. And we started off with 18 people in that first event. And as it grew and grew and grew, we were doing events with thousands of people in the audience. And it was just an amazing, amazing ride. It opened my eyes to collaborating, not having to do everything myself. And so this was about 2003 when this happened, about 20 years ago. And haven't looked back since. Okay, so leads me to another collaboration. This one collaboration started with a podcast, and it has earned me over $1 million in revenue. We've done over $1 million just from this collaboration and podcast. So let me ask you a question. How many of you would like to earn $1 million just by doing a podcast interview? And that's exactly what happened. It started a relationship with this guy. Short story, he had a course. I had a coaching program. It was just a really, really good fit. He had no intention of ever running a coaching program in that program. I did not want to do the hard work of building a course. He already had great momentum. And through conversation after the podcast episode, we were able to come together and figure things out. And we are still going today. That one idea has generated over $1 million extra for both of us. And I say extra because we both already had businesses that were successful. So just that one idea changed everything. And a podcast episode was the genesis of that idea. And of course, Michelle mentioned we have a podcast called the Blissful Parenting Podcast. And we had an idea that, hey, wait a minute, we're interviewing all of these amazing people on our podcast. And we had, coaches and experts in all different fields. And we're like, well, wait a minute. What if we come together and we collaborate and we do some amazing things together? And so we did. We started with this idea of the Blissful Parenting Bootcamp. We brought in experts. We did all the speaking and everything. And then fast forward today, we've now got 6 courses that we sell and more being produced. And every episode that we do is either a potential new expert or a course that we can create. It can be a promotional partner that helps us to sell those courses, and just really any piece of the puzzle that we're missing. What we do is we go out and we look for people to interview on our podcast. We get into an amazing conversation with them during the podcast, and then we invite them to come back and be part of our world in whatever capacity they can be. And now we do it very intentionally, where we look at our business plan, we look at our business and we identify. And this is the question I asked you. What is that one thing in your business that's missing? That if you could get that one thing today, it would change everything. Your business would take off. You would make more impact. You would do everything it is that you want to do just by collaborating with a piece that already exists. I shared with you how we did that with the Rich Dad seminars. I shared with you how I did that with Derek Gale. We're doing that right now, Michelle and I, in the Blissful Parenting world. And you can do this too, regardless of any level of preparedness that you might think that you have. And so quite often people are always thinking, well, I'll launch a podcast one day, or I will get interviewed on a podcast one day. I'm still working things out. And you know what? We're all still just working things out. I'm still working things out. Even though this is my 27th year of being in business, I'm still working things out. I'm learning things all the time. You're never really truly prepared. You just got to go out and do it. And some amazing things happen. So those are our collaboration stories. I want to share with you, and I know I'm talking fast. I've been interviewing people on podcasts. I'm highly caffeinated and I talk fast normally. So I want to share with you in this very small amount of time, the action steps, the process that Michelle and I implement in our business. And so to start with, 4 types of profitable partnerships. We have many, many more than this. And Michelle mentioned at the beginning of Potapalooza, our workshop that we collaborated with Kimberly on called 100 Ways to Make Money Through Podcast Guesting. And we shared 9 different categories and over 100 different ideas. I've got that down into the 4 main ones that we do in our business. Okay. And the first one, and it's one that everyone here can do, and that is to create affiliate partnerships. Okay. So what is an affiliate partnership? Well, an affiliate partnership is this. So some of you are here in Potapalooza today because of an affiliate partnership. The speakers, the podcasters, and many, many others had an affiliate link, and a link that was sent out to you to promote this event. And if you, through an affiliate partnership, you can promote any product that has an affiliate and earn a commission. You can also use affiliate partnerships to pay commissions. So how many of you would, if I was to send you a customer right now and they paid you, how many of you would give me a percentage of that sale for me sending you a customer right now? And so love to see that in the chat. How many of you would willingly pay that commission? Some of you are saying that you already do that. That's fantastic. I want to join your affiliate program, and I suggest that other people check that out as well. If you're willing to do it, well, you can figure this out. Everyone should have an affiliate connection at some, using either one of these, and that is to affiliate with people who already pay commissions, or if you have a program, if you have something to sell, put an affiliate program or referral program in place and pay commissions. And it is one of the fastest and easiest ways to monetize podcast guesting. As a guest on a podcast, or if you're a host on a podcast, turning every one of your guests into an affiliate. And those who I just interviewed just an hour ago on my podcast will tell you that the very next thing I told them at the end of the interview is that expect that I'm going to send them the graphics for the episode. I'm going to send some text that they can send out an email or on social media, and I'm going to send them an affiliate link to promote the episode. And if they do that, anyone who earns money or sends anyone into our world, we're going to pay them that commission over the next 12 months. And so this is something, it sounds difficult to do, but really it's not. There's simple technology. Affiliately.com is probably one of the fastest and easiest ways to layer that into whatever you've got going. We've got a ton of recommendations for tools that you can use for that. Okay, oops, where's the clicking here? So product collaborations. Okay, so I mentioned that collaboration with Derek Gale. That's a product collaboration. He had an online course. I had a coaching program. We bring those two things together, and now we have a new program, a new offer that we can take out there to existing customers and to new customers, and it has generated an extra $1 million for us just from doing that. And it all started with a podcast episode. Services. Some of you provide services. Some of you need services. You can even swap or trade services. I've done this before. The services that you provide can be used as currency to get the thing that you need for your business. So again, I asked that question, what is that one thing that would be a game changer in your business, and how could you get it? Perhaps you could just do a trade with someone. We've done this with virtual assistants. We've done this with writers. We've done this with event promoters. We've done this with outsourced sales teams and sales rooms. We've done this deal with so many different types of business. And it all starts with an invite to a podcast episode so that we can get into conversation. And number 4 is create something new. Create something new that doesn't exist. So I told you about podcastingforpartners.com, where that was an idea that I had during the last Podapalooza. I emailed Michelle, and the rest is history. Here we are, and we created something new. And then from there, we collaborated with Kimberly. We created 100 different ways to make money with podcast guesting. That's, again, another example of creating something new. And we all worked together, and it was amazing and it was fun. And I know we're going to do a lot more of that kind of stuff together. So those are 4 ideas. We have so many more as if you needed them, but everyone can use some form of these ideas. Okay. So just to get an idea in the chat, how many of you could do one of these and just put a 1 or 2 or 3 into 4 if it's the kind of collaboration you think that you could do in your business? So 1, if it's affiliate; 2, if it's a product collaboration; 3, services; 4, create something new. And by the way, those of you who are looking for collaborations, pay attention to the number that's in here, because these people all want to collaborate with you, right? They want to collaborate with someone. So there could be some new connections here that happen here just today. Whew, lots to pack in here in a short minute of time. I'm going to give you just a high-level overview of our process. It's a 5-step process that we use to turn every podcast interview into a partnership opportunity. Number 1 is decide who you want to partner with. So I asked you that question at the beginning. What is that thing, that one thing that would be a game changer in your business? When you identify what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you need, whether you need affiliate relationships, product, services, or you're looking to create something new, identify what that is, and then go and do your research on who already does that thing and does that thing really, really well. And do they have a podcast? Or could you start a show and have them as an guest on your podcast? And so podcast is the easiest way to get into relationship with people that you don't already know and that you want to have that conversation with. So we decide who we want to partner with, and then we get booked for interviews as either a guest or a host. Okay. So everyone here can start as a guest. But we believe, Michelle and not just because Michelle is a podcast producer, we discovered through this parenting podcast that our best opportunity to get the things we need is to invite people to be a guest on our show. We believe everyone should have a show, especially for that reason, because anytime you want to get into a conversation with someone or get that missing piece, just invite them to your show. Everyone says yes. We have yet to have anyone say no to being on our show, and no one has ever asked us how many downloads we get or, whatever. I mean, they never ask. They always just say yes. We want to be on your show, right? And we're booked through, I think, Michelle, now June. We are just booked solid on that show. We do the interview and we ask the 3 golden questions after the interview. And those of you who've been through our Podcasting for Partners workshop know what the 3 questions are. Do you guys want to know what the questions are? I don't know how much time I actually have left, but you might want to know what the 3 questions are. And so these are the things you ask after the interview. The first question is, how can I help you? What do you need? Okay. How can I help you? The second question is, do you have any advice for me? Or do you have anything for me? And the third question is, do you know anyone else that I should be talking to? Okay. So those 3 questions. What do you need help with? Can I help you with that? What do you have for me? Or do you have any advice for me? And is there anyone else that you know that I should be talking to? And that keeps it going. That keeps the interviews going, whether it's guests or hosts, it never ends. So then we do the interview and we give an affiliate link to every single one of our guests on the show. And then we ask them to promote the episode. They get an affiliate link. Anyone comes into our world in the next 12 months and buys one of our products, we pay that guest a commission. And so almost every guest wants to promote their episode, so they become affiliates. And now you have this army of all your previous podcast interviews and guests, and they are promoting your stuff. And then number 5, and Michelle said this earlier, the big FU, and that is follow up after the episode is published. You absolutely, and the very first thing, okay, does anybody know what is the very first thing you should say in your follow-up? Okay, it's thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. Thank you for being a guest on my show. Absolutely, I see that coming in here. Whew, that's our 5-step process. I know it's a lot. Listen, I hope that you're inspired by this. We do have a workshop coming up, but I'm going to leave you with, what do you need to do this? Okay. What do you need to do this? You need a plan for what partnerships or collaborations you're looking for. Okay. First, identify them, but you need a plan for what are those missing pieces in your business and a plan for getting them. You need a way to turn hosts and or guests into affiliates that can promote your business and keep things going. And promote you on an ongoing basis. You need a compelling topic and pitch to get booked on shows. I know Michelle and Kimberly just helped everyone with that just earlier this week. You need a really good follow-up after the interview, and you need to start a podcast of your own if you don't already have one. And, my show, I've created so many amazing collaborations with my collaboration show. It's not published yet, right? It's publishing this month, but I've had so many amazing conversations with amazing people over the month of February, and the show isn't even published yet. Come up with a concept for a show and start inviting people to it, and you can get into these amazing collaborations as well. I know I don't have a whole lot of time to go into a lot of details about this, but if any of this got your attention, if any of this sounds like this could help you with that one thing, or maybe even multiple things in your business that you could use podcasting as a way to get into relationship or get the pieces for your business that are missing, to make things easier in a way where you don't have to wait till later. You can start doing it now. Everyone here, okay? Everyone here can be a guest, but also everyone here can be a host as well. And so please do join us for our Podcasting for Partners workshop. The next one is next Friday on March 11th. And if you can't make March 11th, do let us know. We can get you into the next one, but we highly encourage you to join us on March 11th. And for everyone here at Podapalooza, it's $100 off. It's normally $197. It's $97 when you use the coupon code there. You go to collaboratorsunite.com/PFP 100 off. Now, I was going to go through a little bit about what we're going to be teaching in that workshop, but I think my time is up. So, Michelle, if there's time, we can do it. If not, that's probably good.
Not time. You are amazing, Chuck. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to bring Kimberly on the stage too. Thank you so much for sharing with us. You guys go check it out. We're really excited to be doing this workshop with you. And